Traditionally, when parents separated, there was a very brief order or agreement giving one parent custody and the other parent defined rights of visitation or access. The idea behind a parenting plan is a much more detailed and nuanced document that sets out a whole range of issues that are arising when parents separate, around issues such as religion. Even one of the things that we're now including, for example, is social media. To what extent will parents be posting pictures of the other on things like Facebook? So it's a much more detailed, nuanced document that can and should be revised over time. The project that we have undertaken involved a multidisciplinary team that I chaired, involving lawyers, mediators, mental health professionals, developing a written document that's been posted on the internet and printed that is intended to help parents make their own parenting plans in a developmentally appropriate way. It discusses child development issues and different types of schedules and arrangements for children of different ages, as well as recognize the need to have an individualized plan that will change over time. Although a primary audience for these materials are parents themselves, it's also intended to be useful for lawyers and judges and mediators. And indeed, the courts, judges in reported decisions have been citing the guide as a useful template, as a useful set of ideas for parents to be looking at with their professional advisors and using it for guidance in setting schedules for children of different ages. The original project for making a parenting plan guide for Ontario was started in 2018, and we posted the materials in early 2020. There have been recent legislative amendments to both the Divorce Act and the Children's Law Reform Act that provide an occasion for us to review and update the materials to reflect the new legislation, and also take account of some suggestions and comments that have been made from primarily from lawyers and judges who'd been using the materials. And they were relatively minor, but I think they've improved the materials as well. We're having the materials translated into French, thanks to a grant from the Law Foundation, and making these more accessible through various means, including they're going to be placed on the DivorceMate platform for free, and also professional access. Thanks to a grant from the Law Foundation of Ontario, we are undertaking research into how the parenting plan guide and template are being used and how they could be improved. The research is it's a unique project, certainly in North America, and frankly, there's been no similar research in the world, although parenting plans are used internationally in many jurisdictions. The research will involve just looking at case law, but primarily we are surveying professionals who've been using the materials and also surveying parents, whether they've had professional advisors or not, to get their sense of the value of materials and whether and how they could be improved.